Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I'm going to paint sunflowers because it's been a while since I've painted some, and I'm going to use structured gel. We'll get to that. The structured gel that I happen to be using is Winsor Newton Galleria Acrylic Medium Structure Gel. Come focus. It won't focus. You ready if I get my head out of the way? There we go. Okay, I've got an 11 by 14 inch canvas from Michaels. It's 1.5 inches thick. I like these. I paint the sides so then whoever buys it doesn't necessarily have to frame it. I love it also that they're gallery wrapped and spline. There's a little rubber gasket in there. So if I didn't just say 1.5 inches thick, I put clear gesso on it. And then I've got a couple of reference photos I'm going to use. I think they're on Unsplash, but I'll link them in this video's description. So there's one. And then there should be another one. And I'm thinking a white vase. I'm thinking I tend to go with lots of color. I have done a white background painting. It is a bicycle with blue structure gel flowers. I'll link that in this video's description. But I'm thinking slightly off-white, a lot of titanium white, a pinch of burnt umber, and a pinch of Mars black. They're all Liquitex. I've already got some squeezed out, but that's not going to be enough, and I haven't mixed it up yet. And I'm thinking the white vase will go off the painting. Oh, maybe, I don't know how far. Well, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'll put the whole vase on and we could have some petals falling. And then sunflowers up here. Okay, guys, let's have some fun. Let's set the table. So I painted the background, little bit of burnt umber, a little bit of Mars black, a lot of titanium white. I'm opening up my palette here. So that's my background palette, and I'm going to save it. So it's mostly this color. I used a 2-inch brush, a really cheap chipboard brush from Blick Art Materials, and up and down. There are some streaks, but you really don't see them a ton. You see one here. And then I took a T-square, a little T-square, and kind of figured out how far up I wanted the vase to go. I'm thinking it might be a little high. Because I kept bringing my flowers up. I could also put some more petals down here. I figured out where I wanted the vase to go. So found center, went 1 inch and 1 inch. You know, found center, I don't know if that's 1.5 inches or 2 inches. And then about here, came out another 1/2 inch each side, and then drew a curve, drew a curve, drew a curve, drew a curve. Very simple vase. I don't know if I'm gonna palette knife that. Of course, if this turns out really cute, I might not palette knife or structure gel this painting. We'll just see how it goes. I'm planning on it, but we'll see. I used chalk pastels. I used a brown one to scribble on where I want the sunflowers to go. So I have a basic design structure going. Here, I'll show you the cover. They're Derwent. Any chalk pastel will do. Sometimes the pencils are nice because they're thinner, since I was drawing. Okay, let's see if I can get that over there without getting my big head in there. I started a new palette and I'm using what I call primary colors. Phthalo blue green shade. It's the only heavy body and I'm looking for the tube. They're all Liquitex. So there's the Phthalo blue green shade. Cad yellow medium hue, Quinacridone magenta, titanium white, burnt umber. You can mix it brown. I just have it out for convenience. I have paint on my fingers. And Mars black. I'm trying to imagine what's behind and working back to front. So I painted the vase first painted the shadow, and then I painted stems, some leaves, some really light creamy. So this is yellow, white, and some burnt umber. Creamy, hopefully they'll get pushed back. Petals of the sunflowers. And then I've painted a center just to get it going. Okay, let's do a little tour. Oh, good. The sun went behind the cloud or something. In the afternoons, it's fall when I'm videoing this here in Omaha, and I really fight the light coming in the window. Maybe a little closer so you can see that's very scribbly flowers. And I moved the one that's like a fried egg, I moved it up a little bit. And now I'm wondering if I should have left it. I overthink paintings. And I usually mention this later on, but I typically don't like them until maybe a week after I've finished painting them. So I'm not quite so attached to the outcome, and then I really like them. Oh, here's another tip of something I did. Because I think it'll be fun to put some structure gel, like white swipes back in here. Oh, I forgot my point. Oh, so that's not quite white right here. And in order to get that edge to stand out, I just took a darker color from my background palette and just swiped right there. So then that edge shows up a little stronger. If I hadn't done that, then this would have been a soft edge or a lost edge with the background. Either way is fine. Okay, guys, I think that gets us up to speed. I'm gonna build with paint until I can kind of see how it's working, and then I'll come back with some thick structure gel, I think. Okay, back in a bit. Hey friends, I'm gonna stop here for tonight. I was trying to remember how many hours. Maybe 3 hours after dinner, maybe 2 hours before dinner. So I think 5.5 hours total. I haven't talked about brushes. So for the really big sunflower in front, I used a 3/4 inch flat brush. It's a really cheap one, inexpensive, really thin. I used, for a lot of it, this 3/4 inch angle brush from Royal and Langnickel. The writing is all worn off on the handle. And then I also used a number 4 round a little bit to get in to little areas, darken areas. I did more than I need to, I think, since I'm going to put structure gel on it. But it was fun. This painting could be done. It's quite loose, impressionistic. I don't know if this is an accurate comment, but I want to say it has a little bit of a Van Gogh vibe. I darkened this even more. I decided I wanted that edge to stand out more. This accidentally ran. So I have 3 drips. I let 3 things run. This one kind of went sideways. What else? Oh, the orange I softened. So I mixed quite a bit of yellow, some quinacridone to make an orange, and I put a little brown in it. And I like it. It's a little bit softer. Put some straight up blue, just because I'm playing. Okay, I'm gonna let it dry. I'll come back tomorrow and I'm gonna put in, oh, here's another thought. So one of the reasons I came back with quite a bit of yellow or stronger color is that the structure gel makes the color that you mix with it even more transparent. So that'll help me. Even if I don't paint it the color that's underneath, like I don't paint this petal that rusty color, it's gonna show through, I think, because the structure gel really makes the color much more transparent. If you want to avoid that, add some white with the color to the structure gel. That'll make it more opaque. Okay guys, I'll be back tomorrow. Hey friends, I'm calling it done. I was gonna put like a lot of structure, like these thin structure gel white streaks in it, but I was gonna put structure gel green leaves, but I pretty much just did the yellow petals in structure gel, added a little bit of white after I dried it with a hair dryer. It's dry to the touch, but the big blobs won't be dry on the inside. And since I didn't do the leaves, I ended up putting a little bit of aqua color and defining the leaves a little bit more. Put a little aqua color in there for fun. I think that's about it. Oh, I put a shadow under the petals that have fallen. That one didn't really need one. That one I just extended the shadow a little bit. Here, I'll show you the structure gel palette. So I ended up putting out more than I needed, which that happens. So this is structure gel, and since I had the color underneath, I do about half and half structure gel, half paint, and mixed blobs. And then I just mixed that one I don't think has structure gel in it. I know that doesn't have structure gel in it. Everything else does. And I just mixed as I needed some of these colors. Like there's a lighter beige, a darker beige, kind of a rusty brown. We'll do a little tour. It's really fun. It's not quite what I that's what I like about painting, is you make decisions as you go. I really like that these painted petals get pushed back. They're soft in color, and then the structure gel petals, really come forward. I ended up just using this little number 20 palette knife from Blick Art Materials and just smeared it on. Use it for everything. So little ones, big ones. Sometimes I'd go kind of square, and then sometimes I would go more pointed. A lot of them are pointed. This one was one square one, but I ended up making it into 2, which is fine. I think it's technically fall, even though it's like 90 degrees today here, but it's just really fun. It turned out to be a really fun fall painting. Okay, so I showed you the structure gel. I'm gonna save it until, this will take, oh gosh. I've dried it with a hair dryer. I even dried it through the backside too to help it. It could take a week for it to dry. I won't photograph it for a couple days. Mostly because I won't photograph it for a couple days just to make sure in case I drop it or bump it. I don't want to wreck my messy petals. Okay, let's take a little tour. Oh, the sun came out. I was thinking it was a much better day to video, because I didn't have the sunspots for my blinds, and then it came out. Here, if I turn it, maybe you can see, I don't know if you can see the depth. There's really not much on the sides. Let's try it this way, maybe. Maybe the light will, oh there, the light catches it more that way, I think. Isn't that fun? It gets heavier with all that on there. And your paint goes further. It's more transparent, but when you mix half structure gel in it, it goes a lot further. I think that's fun. These usually sell pretty quick for me. I think it's just because they're, you know, that's a fairly simple painting. And the texture, I think, is really, some people really like it. Some don't. The drips are fun. Well, then this drip, there's a leaf, there's some depth, and then it drips. Let me know if you give this one a try. Let me know if you try structure gel, or oh, they might be called molding paste. I don't know. There's every brand's gonna have a different name. Here, I probably should show you again in case you didn't see it in the intro. I've been using Winsor & Newton structure gel. Okay, guys, it is just so fun to hang out with you. It means the world to me. I just love it. I super appreciate all the different ways you guys support me. It's amazing. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.